Hello,
Hello.
welcome to one of the episodes of Football Dialogue. I've not been able to keep track with the episodes that we've been churning out, but this is going to be a branch out of the usual because we'll be talking about something that I've not talked about before, and it's because it's going to be a tournament that is going to be kicking off soon, and it's a tournament that I love and many of us love, and it's a tournament where you see different cultures, passion. You see players playing their hearts out for their national teams. And this is the AFCON. AFCON 2025 is here again. And we can't wait to see surprises, to see players who are going to be playing on top of their games. And hopefully there are not going to be any injuries to key players. So their clubs will not be angry at the outcome of what the tournament has done. And we don't want bad news, bad vibes about the tournament because it's in the middle of the season and players going out, and this is the reason why we don't want to really be signing African players for their football teams. This is not supposed to be the case, and I hope we wouldn't be getting any more negative attachment to AFCON. It's all going to be positive this time around, and this is going to be in Morocco. And we can't wait. There are going to be new stadiums. There are going to be quality stadiums. There are going to be quality players. There are going to be, you see, top teams that are going to be playing in this tournament, and as well as going to be appearing in the World Cup next year. So there's a lot to look out for, and we can't wait. So going into the agenda for today, I've got a guest of mine, my very good friend, who is very knowledgeable about African football, and he's going to be going to Morocco. I wish I was going to be part of the team. I was going to be involved with them, but for some reason, I don't think I'm motivated enough to be in Morocco to support the Super Eagles. But I'm hoping that he has a good time in Morocco, and hopefully Nigeria is going to put a smile on all of our faces. We don't want any heartbreak no more. We were in the final the last year, and we thought we could do it, but we fell short. But this time around, I think we've got what it takes, and hopefully there are no underlying issues that is going to prevent these players from being motivated enough to be able to play their game. And I want the staff to be up for the task as well. Let them get paid their money. We need them to get paid so they can actually provide the ideal services, because it's payment before service. And that has always been the case for years. So we need this to be the case at AFCON. Let them pay all the money that they've been owing the staff and the players going into this tournament so we can get the best out of it. So going into the agenda of the day, we will be looking at certain things that we are going to be expecting from the team, and this is basically our own opinions, his opinion and my own opinion too as well. So starting with top 4 team, and I did not really introduce my friend. His name is Timo Kasa on the block, and in the coming weeks we're going to be getting to see him not just for this AFCON only, and also for Premier League games, and maybe the latter stages of the Champions League on FDG. So if you are not following, we need you to subscribe and subscribe, and what did they say again? Like. And we need you to give us the traction that we need. We need you to come into the comment to put out your own opinions of if it is in line with what we've said on the show or not. Just conversation. Let's keep the conversation going, basically. So, starting with the first agenda for today, which is the first content in the agenda, which is what do you think is your top 4 team in the AFCON?
So just not just looking at history here, but going with form as well. My top 4 teams, Morocco, obviously they're the hosts. They don't really have much of a history with AFCON because they haven't won since the 1950s or something.
Seriously?
I'm not really sure about the dates, but it's long before our parents were even born. They haven't won this tournament. They've only just once. So, but the fact that they're hosting it and they seem to have like a good pipeline, I feel like they could be one of the favorites to lift it come January.
Yeah.
My other favorites, Senegal as well. Got a nice talent stack there as well. You know, from Sadio Mane, he's old. Nicholas Jackson.
You're Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson, you know.
Yeah.
So we got Egypt as well. I feel they'll be overrated, but you can't really rule them out because they're like the record winners of this tournament.
Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt are the record winners. I think it's 7 times.
They won 7, 8?
7. It's 7 times, I think.
Okay.
And they still have Salah, who's got a point to prove that he's not finished. He is finished, in my opinion, but he will want to prove a point, and he's never won it before.
Yeah.
So Egypt are my third favourites, and the fourth favourites. I know many people are going to disagree with this, but at the end of the day, it's my opinion, not yours, and it's not fact as well. But I'll go with Nigeria. Okay. You can't really ever rule out the giants of Africa from lifting a cup like this. I mean, last time the team wasn't that good, but they got all the way to the final. Yeah. So I'm expecting them to kind of match that way, even go on better and win it this time. So I would say that's my top 4. What do you think? What's yours?
Oh, tough one, but I think mine is just straight to the point. I think you've called out teams that I also see as my own top 4 team in this tournament. However, excluding one of them, which you've mentioned, Egypt. Morocco, I think obviously they are the host nation, and you can see what they did in the last World Cup. They were in the semis and they came out 4th place. So that in itself is something that they've been building over the years, and you can see the investment in the football and the talents that they've been bringing up. So it's something that has been pre-planned. Yeah. So they are now set to actually get themselves crowned as champions of Africa. But football doesn't always work like that sometimes. You might think these are the favourites for the tournament, and you just see surprises, and there will be a surprise team that is just going to eliminate the Morocco that I think is the favourite.
Especially AFCON as well.
AFCON.
You don't predict.
But it stays the same. We're just looking at what's on paper, looking at what we think about the game, but not oftentimes it's always the case, but sometimes it doesn't happen as you see it. So I'll put Morocco as one of the top 4 teams with no order. I'm not ranking them from 1st to 4th place, just the top 4 teams that I think are going to be in this tournament. So Morocco being one of them, and number 2, Senegal, like you mentioned, they've got they are actually looking at player. If you're going to be looking at player for every position, they're stacked. And they look like they are the best team in Africa in terms of players for every position. Mendy is still not too bad of a goalie. Yeah. They've got Mendy there. They've got Malik from West Ham. Yeah. They've got, it's not just Malik. Malik can play in the midfield too, you know. Wow. He grew up playing in the midfield, so he can play in the midfield. And then they've got this other left back from Galatasaray. What's his name? Very good player. I can't remember his name. If you can check that, I think he's a mixed player. He's not fully black. Yeah, he's a mixed player, but he's very good. So they've got him, and then they've got Koulibaly, who's obviously like a leader for them at the back. Yeah. And they've got a stack of talent everywhere. Even Njaye from Everton is going to, Mane is there, Jackson is there, like you've mentioned. They've got Ismail Assar from Crystal Palace.
I forgot him.
That's a proper player. And then they've got Kamara at Monaco.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, he was really good in the previous tournament, and he's young. And then they've got Idrissa Gueye from Everton as well. So these are top players. These are top players that you see playing in like one of the best teams in Europe. So Senegal are looking like one of the front runners to get crowned as the best team in Africa this year. And third place, the third team, I mean, I'll say Nigeria, because you can never rule out everyone say the giant of Africa. Obviously, we've got the population, we've got the vibes, we've got the energy, you know. So looking at the team, we've got a very decent team too. We've got talent everywhere. We've just got some lapses in some area of the pitch, which is like the creative midfielder. We don't have anyone yet, so we can actually make things happen. We can do the play making for us. Iwobi can do that job, but the way the coach set up the team is not like we want it to be. So Nigeria, I really do not know what to expect, and I don't know what formation they are going to be playing in the tournament. Is it Osimhen that is going to be the lone striker, or is going to continue with his 4-4-2, which I don't think that is going to work out for Nigeria, except he wants to play Lookman as the shadow striker for Osimhen up top. But if that's not the case, and good for us, Lookman looks to be on form right now. Atalanta has been playing for them, and you could see that they are getting results, and Lukman is getting the confidence, and he's got the match fitness again. So I think this is a tournament that is going to come good for Nigeria, and the table, the group that they have is not something to scare them.
Really
so starting with all those teams that you can easily beat, and then you can actually like sort of build the momentum that is going to take you to the latter stages. So Nigeria, obviously, like a top side for these tournaments. And lastly, you can't rule out the former champions, man. The former champions, Ivory Coast. They've got great players, man. So Egypt, I don't think Egypt are a better side than Ivory Coast. So Ivory Coast is a team that I think they can actually like go
all the way,
yeah, as well. But it's going to be tough. But for every team, not just Ivory Coast, it's going to be tough. So those are my top 4 teams for the AFCON tournament. I don't know. What do you think, guys? That's what I think it is. So next team that we will talk about is the underdogs. Like 4 teams that we see as underdogs in this tournament. Who do you see as underdogs?
I'll start with South Africa.
Yeah.
That they look, I won't say they play the best football here, but the thing is, outside the Arab countries, they're only one of the teams that qualified for both AFCON and the World Cup. They even qualified ahead of Nigeria for that.
Oh, I didn't even know about that. Outside of the
Arab,
outside of North African teams. Oh, yeah. That's nice. That
makes
sense. Yeah.
So them, South Africa, I think they look scary.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll go all the way, but I think there are definitely some teams to look out for.
Yeah. And something for you, don't proceed. Something I'll point out there from what you've said. South Africa being one of the teams outside of the North African teams. One thing you can actually like put as an underlying factor for that is that most of these players are domestic players.
They are domestic players.
They've got a league that can actually like bring the necessary talent that is going to gel into their team easily. So there's an existing structure there, and the chemistry is going to be really high because these are players that play in the same league and they know each other so well. So the chemistry is stronger. And when there's chemistry in the team, when there's understanding in the team, that is the bedrock, that is the foundation for any team to succeed. So I think that might be the case why you can see most of these African nations now being able to make. However, this has not been the case in the last years, in the past. And this was something that usually happened. Their league has been okay. But right now, football, the new facilities, and you can see the energy, the investments that they are pumping into football, and people want to actually like get the best out of it. So this can be like a good point why you can see not just the North African teams that have got a good league qualifying for both AFCON and the World Cup. You can see South Africa joining them, being part of it. Maybe something that other teams can start and look out for and see how they can improve their domestic league and get themselves into
the African countries definitely need to invest more in the domestic leagues because you can't expect, I don't know, good players, talent to fall from heaven. You have to train them up somehow. So
fair point.
Another team I would say are underdogs, Tunisia as well, because they also qualified for the World Cup and AFCON, and I don't know, they never really produced any good players, but they were always just there. So they're also a team I would say watch out for.
Yeah.
The third team, the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yeah.
Who knocked out Nigeria from the World Cup qualifiers. I think they were a scary team as well. The last AFCON last year, they went all the way. I think they came third. They came third over South Africa last AFCON.
They came third?
Okay, they came third. So they hardly lose. They almost even qualified for the World Cup ahead of Senegal. They just bottled the game. I think they're leading 3-1 and ended up losing.
We said South Africa were the only team. Senegal too in the World Cup.
No, I said South Africa were one of the only teams outside. Outside North Africa. Because all the North African teams qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the sub-Saharan people just doing rubbish. But So Congo, I think that team to look out for.
Yeah.
And my hope is Nigeria plays against Congo, maybe in the quarterfinal or something, beats them, then also like steals the World Cup qualifier. Because you heard of the scandal that's making the rounds, right? Yeah. That Congo apparently fielded some ineligible players against Nigeria. So there's a little chance that Nigeria could still go for the World Cup. So I hope Nigeria beats them in the AFCON, then steals that from them as well.
That's going to be hotful for
that's not my business. If they were in the same situation, they would report Nigeria to FIFA as well. So you do what favors you best. Back doors are meant to be open, so we might not open this back door if that's what's necessary.
Okay, fair enough.
Then lastly, Cameroon. You can never really write the Cameroon off. I mean, they look out of form. Like if you even see the news that's been making the rounds, they sacked the coach. He refused to get sacked.
Yeah.
They've named 2 different squads.
Refused to get sacked?
Yeah, he said he's not going anywhere.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And is he still going for the AFCON?
I don't even know, my brother. I don't know.
That's going to be catastrophic for Cameroon.
Proper AFCON drama.
So who named their squad?
Eto. So Eto is like the president of the Cameroon FA. So he got another coach, and that coach named the squad. But the old coach named his own squad too, so no one knows what squad they're using.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So did they name the same squad because players are obviously need
if you look at the first squad, there was Onana out and some other people. Onana the goalkeeper, but I think in the new squad they put him in, so it's all a bit messy.
Oh, I didn't even know about
But you can't get AFCON without getting the drama, so
start
doing before it starts.
It's a good start to AFCON.
Yeah, it's a good start to AFCON.
Okay.
But that's my top 4 underdogs to look out for.
That's your top 4. So you've mentioned South Africa, Cameroon, Tunisia,
and Congo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. So looking at mine, underdogs. Yeah, underdogs. These are teams that can actually eliminate the favorite teams in the tournament, and those are teams that I see as underdogs. And obviously, this is a team that, like you mentioned, finished third. I didn't even know about that they finished third in the previous AFCON. But the fact that they were able to stand their ground to qualify for the World Cup, and you're able to hold down Nigeria to get ahead of them for the international slot, the intercontinental slot for the World Cup, it means that they've got a team. And if you look at their team is sort of stacked in the defense. They've got players that are actually playing in top teams in their league, and in Europe we've got Tuazembe, who's playing for Burnley. We've got Wan-Bissaka for West Ham. We've got Masuaku, who I think is playing in Turkey, but I don't know exactly which club he's playing for. And then we've got Chris Menfam. Oh, Besiktas, yeah. Masuaku is playing in Besiktas. And then we've got Chris Menfam, who is, I don't know where he's playing. Maybe he might be playing for a Belgian team.
I think in Belgian league.
Yeah. So these are players that have got vast experience in Europe, and they still have the skill to be. And in AFCON, if you've got a good defense, that's key, because you don't find teams smashing teams, scoring a whole lot of goals. Just take them to the final moment of the game, and maybe you could just, like a header, like you did against Cameroon. It's got a header in close to the 90th minute. Mbemba, not Menfam. Yeah, Mbemba. I mean, Mbemba headed the ball and got them to get a place to play against Nigeria for the intercontinental slot. So these are things that you can look at. And then they've got this new guy from Sunderland who is just joining them, Sadiq, a top player. And then obviously up top you've got Yohan Wissa, who is fit now.
No, but he's not going though.
He's not going.
Bakambu that's going to be leading the line.
Oh, Wissa is not going for the tournament.
He's not.
Oh, okay. It's going to be a tough one. So I really do not see Congo as an underdog anymore, because Wissa was going to put them in that picture of eliminating one of the favorites.
Yeah. But he wasn't there when they eliminated Nigeria.
No, the elimination for Nigeria it's a 1-1 game and it's penalty. So penalty is just, it's not exactly like, you can't tell that, okay, this is always going to be the case. So it can go both ways, and you could see that when Nigeria played them, we did not set up in a way that we're going to be able to beat them. And if we happen to meet again, it's going to be a different ball game.
True.
If you get what I mean. And if you recall, Osimhen was substituted in the first half, and that gave them the opportunity to be able to. So that might not exactly be the case again. But I felt like if they had Wissa and they played Nigeria, it would have been a fierce game. Yeah. So Wissa not being in tournament now, I don't think Congo can be in my top 4 underdog teams. That's can do the damage. So I'll take Congo out. So next one, I'll look at Egypt. Yeah, Egypt, they've got a team. And what makes a team is players that understand each other. The chemistry being there. Sometimes you don't need talent in this sort of competition. All you need is passionate players and the chemistry, the understanding among themselves. Let them just understand where this person is going to be, and preparation as well. Because when you are passionate, you prepare well. Even when your coach is not telling you to do certain things, you want to actually see how best you can get yourself to play the game, because you want to see your national team get higher up or get to the latter stages. So Egypt are the kind of team that can actually do damage to any of our favorites. So Egypt will be one of the teams that I'm going to be seeing as the underdogs. And next one on the list is going to be South Africa, like you mentioned. South Africa are a good side. They're a good team. Their players are not really known, but they have a pattern of play. They have a style of play that works for them, and that can be damaging to any of our favorite opposition. So South Africa, I think they've got a shout. They did well in the previous tournament, anyways. So and they're in the World Cup and also qualified for AFCON. So they are one of the 4 teams. And another team I'm going to mention, like you said, Tunisia. Of course, Tunisia has to be an underdog. You said they don't really produce talent that you know, but there was a time that I knew Tunisia. They produced Umsakni. I don't know if anybody knows that.
know that.
He was a proper player, man. It's just that injury was what killed him, man. He would have gotten a transfer to an European team. But the thing is that this kind of player, they are not really lured by the prospect of playing in Europe. They find solace. They are comfortable playing in Tunisia, you know. They don't seem to be after the money. They don't seem to be after the luxury lifestyle, wanting to, you know, they are not. That is why you don't see them fighting too hard to get an agent that is going to find them a club to go to Europe. They are so comfortable where they are, and these are good players. And you can see, you would not know them, but they are actually ballers, and their league is good as well. Tunisia has got some nice teams, and they do well in
it's World Sahel.
All those kind of things.
Esperance,
exactly. Yeah, got fans. They got nice stadium. They play good football. Like they've got played. And there's another player that I can't remember who is old, but I think he's retired now. So I don't really know. Trabelsi. No, I don't know that. There's another player that was
Jaziri.
No, that's old, long ago. There's a recent player that was captain. Kadri, is the guy I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Proper number 10, yeah. So Tunisia, yeah, good team. They are an underdog for me for sure. And lastly, I think the team I'm going to see as underdog that is going to replace Congo is Mali.
Oh, Mali.
Yeah.
Yes, can we know why?
Mali has. Can we know why? Yeah, if you look at the way that they've been playing in previous tournaments and the players that they had, even in these qualifiers, I think they just who was in their group. I think they lost to like one of the top team. They couldn't qualify ahead of them. I can't remember the team. It could be.
I think Ivory Coast or something.
Is it Ivory Coast? Yeah, I think Ivory Coast. Behind Ivory Coast. So yeah, behind Ivory Coast, and I think not too many points separating them. So, and they've got a very good young player who is playing for Fenerbahce. Nene, I think is his name, a young player that is going to be debuting in the tournament. So, Mali, I just feel like they are just the only team that can replace Democratic Republic of Congo as an underdog. I'll be giving them that underdog status. So, I'm looking at Mali and Burkina Faso, but I'm more.
Bro, we're not talking Ibrahim Traore, we're talking football.
So I'll sway more to Mali. I see Mali being the 4th team that I'll profile as an underdog for this tournament. But I think that's it from an underdog perspective. I don't know what are your opinions, guys. But next on the list, let's look at top 3 players from each position, from forward to midfield to defense and to the goalkeepers. So in this tournament, who do you think are the top 3 goalies that we've got?
Well, to be fair, I don't really see the African teams. I don't really think we have good goalkeepers like that. I don't know. It's either they're playing in Saudi Arabia or some very rubbish league. So I don't really think. I think that's the weakest position like African teams have got, the goalkeepers.
But we have Onana, who is a good player, one of the worst goalies. But you can see he's playing in Europe. He played for Man U and now he's in.
No, he's not in Man U now.
He's in Trabzonspor.
He's in Trabzonspor.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. There are so many other better goalies that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. We don't have any good goalkeepers playing for the top, for the Dortmunds, for the Bayerns. For the PS, we don't have any good keepers like that. Yeah,
the thing is that it's not because they are not good enough. They are good enough, but it could just be for some other reasons.
Nigeria has one of the best, Okoye. But Okoye was dropped by the coach, so he's not going to AFCON.
But Okoye is not as good as some other of the goalkeepers that we've got in the tournament. Okoye is playing for Udinese.
Yeah.
Definitely not better than...
He's got like 5 clean sheets in the last 8 games.
Does it really matter when you've got a goalkeeper like Bono, Morocco?
Which brings me into my best goalkeepers, Bono, Morocco.
Yeah,
that bro is like...
Bono has been doing it for years now.
He's been doing it for years.
He's better than many goalkeepers in Europe.
He is he's almost finished his left 35.
It doesn't matter.
In Saudi Arabia, Al Hilal or something. I don't know. That's not. We should be looking to the next generation. Okoye is maybe 24, 25. Yeah. We need those kind of keepers, in Africa, not 35-year-olds and maybe next year, so I don't know, he retires or something. Who the next generation of goalkeepers? Who are Africa producing? Which is my point.
Yeah.
Bono's like the best goalkeeper. Let's say Bono. We've got this guy as well. We've got what's his name? Edouard Mendy from Senegal. Also, he's in his 30s. Of course, he took Chelsea all the way to the Champions League.
Yeah.
Won a lot of cups with Chelsea, then went to Saudi Arabia for the back. But like I said, we need younger goalkeepers to come through, not these old men. We can't keep saying every AFCON Mendy, Bono, because you know how Africans are. Yeah. Until you chase them away, those guys are not going to retire. They're just going to keep being there, blocking other people's destiny. So please, after this tournament, Bono, Mendy, please go stay with your family. Please, try it. Please.
Yeah, I sort of see your points, because actually I can't really point at any young prodigy right now coming from Africa as a goalkeeper, But you don't really know it, because if you're going to see a goalkeeper coming from Africa, you have to be watching African football to see who you can identify, to be fair. But if you look at the foreign players that we've got who can actually play for our countries, we've got a few of them. And goalkeeper is not a role that you get to see a lot of, especially in this generation now. We don't really see a lot of top goalkeepers like we did in the past.
Like we did in the past.
Yeah. Not just in Africa, in Europe too as well. We are not seeing any goalkeeper that you can say for sure this person is going to the top. Like when we saw Courtois, we were sure this person is going to the top. When we saw Peter Cech, we were sure this person is going to the top. Buffon, at a young age, we know this one is going to be a crazy goalkeeper. Oliver Kahn, back in the days. But now you can't see any young goalkeeper and say this one is definitely going to the top. So I think there's been a decline from a goalkeeping standard. I think everybody wants to do the project of Mbappe. Yeah. Nobody wants to see their kid being in the goal anymore. It's shameful to have your kid in the goal, because you're definitely not going to earn so much from being a goalkeeper. So I think it's the way we see football now. We don't really focus more on the goalkeeping position anymore, like in the past, and that's impacted the products that we get to see in the goalkeeping position. So, I think that's true. But going ahead to see my top three.
I didn't mention my last one, Unwa Bali from Nigeria.
Unwa Bali,
yeah. I mean, he's not I don't know.
Yeah.
If you've watched a Nigerian game, you've probably seen him. Sometimes he loses concentration and he seems a bit arrogant. But I don't know. Like I said, we don't really have much to pick from. So I'll definitely put him in my top three. But let me hear what you.
Yeah, my top three is just simple. It's just easy. I think that's going to be an obvious choice for everyone. So top three: Bono number one, Mendy number two, and Nwabali number three. And these goalkeepers have got height. These goalkeepers are sort of dominant in their areas, and they show some sort of leadership in the way that they talk, in their behavior, in their body language. The strikers, you can see them, and at least they are oppressive. They have an oppressive stature. So these are like the top three goalkeepers we can have in Africa. A lot of people will say this is African goalkeeper, Ron Williams, who's won goalkeeper of the tournament and all of those stuff, but I don't really see. He's just in the second tier. So these are the top tier that we've got, the top three: Bono, Mendy, and Nwabali, and I think that's the same for you.
Yeah, that's the same. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So next one, looking at the midfield, who do you think are the defense? The defense. Yeah, the top three defenders we've got in Africa right now.
I'll go with the current African Player of the Year, Achraf Hakimi.
Hakimi, definitely.
He's been injured, but I think he's fit now to start, and with him starting, he's the captain as well of Morocco. So he's going to be giving his all on the field, and he's one of the best, not just the best defender. He's the best defender in Africa at the moment, but also one of the best defenders in the world. He won the treble with PSG last year. Even like supplemented his defending with some goals and assists up front as well. So I think he will be bringing that to the AFCON as well, and I have him as my best defender.
In the best. FIFA the best, I think he came fourth or fifth or so.
Oh wow, I didn't even know
that. So I think obviously that's a general consensus. Hakimi, of course, being number one top.
For my second defender, it's going to be probably a bit controversial, but I'll go with Bassey of Nigeria and Fulham.
Yeah,
with him at the back, Nigeria is always solid. I won't say Nigeria has the most solid defense, but if you take him out of that defense, it's going to totally crumble. So
right,
Bassi
definitely for me too as well.
Bassi as well, yeah.
Centre back,
and he goes forward.
Left back, and he goes forward. He's oppressive.
Exactly.
He's strong. Exactly. This is a player that's played against Ireland, so obviously you definitely see him as one of the top defenders in the tournament.
And shout out to him for his handball against South Africa to go.
Yeah. Bassi, top. Yeah, number two. That's
the only thing is he should stop sagging his shorts.
I don't really care about how he appears on the pitch. What I need is what he does on the pitch. To be fair, if he doesn't want to wear his pants, it's his choice. That's his problem, man. I just need him to do his task, his job, fulfill your duty, and that's what I'm up for, man. And Bassi does that, which is laudable. He's a good player. He shows, he puts in the effort. He inspires the team. He's got good charisma. The connection with the team, the manager, the staff, everybody. It's just a fantastic guy. I love Bassi, man. Yeah, Bassi is he's Dimino is out of this world.
Out of this world. Yeah.
So he's a great guy. So yeah, definitely number 2 on the list. And who is your third choice?
My third and final choice. I know this is mostly like a fullback instead of centre back, so I'll go with Wan-Bissaka.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that there's no winger on this planet that wants to face that guy because he's a nightmare to play against.
On the 1v1 situation.
On the 1v1 situation, he's a nightmare to play.
Even when you've gone past his sliding,
they call him the spider because of how he grabs the ball out of people's legs. So I'll go him as my third best defender. But what do you think?
Yeah, difficult. Supposed to be a difficult choice, but I'm trying to see any other player in the tournament that's is actually really, really top.
Shout out to Ait Nouri of Man City and Algeria, but he's been injured for most of the season, so I don't just want to go based on name. I want to go based on like the current form, history, and all that. So I would have put him there instead of Bissaka, but
Bissaka is just coming into the tournament for the first time, so I don't really see how much more he's going to contribute because what he's playing for West Ham is going to be different from what he's going to be seeing in the AFCON. AFCON have got so many strong players too as well, and you can, no matter how strong you are, sometimes you can get bullied, man. So there's my third choice. I've agreed with you with the first two, Bassi and Hakimi. My third choice is going to be definitely Aguerd.
Aguerd from Morocco. Okay, why do you say so? But he left West Ham, didn't he?
He left West Ham. I think. Where is he now? Aguerd is he in France?
I think he's in France, in Lille or something.
Yeah, I think Aguerd is in France. I think Aguerd is
Marseille.
And he's playing Champions League. So Aguerd is a top player, man. He's a top player, and you can see what he does on the pitch. He can marshal. He's got the height as well, and this is why I see Morocco. They are dangerous, right? They've got Bono, they've got Hakimi, who just mentioned as one of the top. Bono being the top goalie, and Aguerd too. I'm ranking as like the number 3 on the list. So it's going to be a tough one for opposition to be able to go against this Moroccan defense as well as the Democratic Republic of Congo, like I mentioned. Wan-Bissaka is not far off, but I don't want to put him on the list because Aguerd, obviously, you're playing at home and you're pairing with Hakimi and Bono. So his level is going to go higher up now. His level is going to go higher up, and he's been playing the Champions League as well under a very fantastic manager in Dechebi. So you can't rule out what he's going to contribute to this Morocco team. He's going to be a leader for them at the back. So Aguerd is definitely my third choice.
Okay, so now we're going to midfielders, right?
Yeah, midfielders.
I think our choices on this are going to be very different, but let me start.
Okay.
Midfielders, I'll go with Mokoena of South Africa first. I think that guy is low-key one of the best defensive midfielders in Africa, but he plays in the South African League. Sibo Mokoena. I think that's one of the best midfielders. Like, I've seen him play against Nigeria like 3 times, and each time he's literally gone band for band with our midfield. So he's one of the midfielders to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, that's
my first one. Then I would say Baleba from Brighton and Cameroon.
Yeah,
I think he's decent as well. I think his midfield is an area I also don't want. I'm not really feeling the African talent in the midfield as well.
Yeah,
I look to see your opinion, but I'm not the goalkeeper and midfield. I don't really like the players there. But my last one is Gay from Everton and Senegal. Like, we all know him, played for Everton for a long time, went to PSG, went back to Everton, and he's still holding it down there. Yeah. I think he was part of the Senegalese squad that won the AFCON 4 years ago. So yeah, I feel he still got it. So yeah, that's my 3 midfielders. What are yours?
Mine, all of them are close. It's going to be a tight one, but I'll just go with what I think is the level of contribution that they are going to have on their respective teams. That's how I will base my own judgment on these players, but it's a very, very tight one. And there's no real gap separating all of these players, but I'll just stick with what I think. Gay, obviously a top player, is going to be instrumental for Senegal, Everton. Top player, and you can see what he's doing this season for Everton. And he's been there, he's never away, he's always in the picture, and he's one of the players that has been really impactful for Senegal. So Gueye being one of the top players, and definitely you can never look away from Sofiane Amrabat for Morocco. Sofiane Amrabat might not be doing well for his club, but when he plays for Morocco, it's a different ball game, man. So that's another top midfielder that we've got in the tournament, but we don't really see what he does for his club, and he's been moving from one club to another. He was in Man U at some point, and then he went to Fenerbahce. Mourinho does not really use him well, and now he's in Nice, I think, in France. So Amrabat is going to be instrumental for the Moroccan team, and these guys have got dangerous players, Morocco. So my third on the list is split up between Mokoena, like you mentioned, as your top. I see him as a proper player, and Mokoena and Papa Metesa. Of Spurs. So the two is split up between them, but I'll just
he's from Senegal as well.
He's from. But I'll stick with Mokoena because I watched him real time because they played Nigeria twice, and you can see how instrumental he is for the South African team, and he's their major player.
He's their best player.
And you can't really take anything away from him because this guy is
he's an engine in that midfield.
He's mainly responsible for us since South Africa qualifying for both AFCON
and the World Cup.
Like I agree with you, but I'll still see Amrabat and Gueye as being much more a dominant player in midfield because they've been doing it for years now. And Mokoena is not playing in Europe, he's playing in South Africa. So looking at the quality that they have as a player, the gap is not too much, but the gap is not too much. But if you look at what they do for their team, I think Mokoena brings more to the South African team than Amrabat and Gueye does to the other team, and that is why definitely is going to rank ahead of Papa Metesa on my top 3 players that we have in the tournament. So next one we've got forward. Who do you think are your top 3 forwards?
I'm doing this in alphabetical order, so it's not controversial. So it's alphabetical order. It's not like I think this one's better than this or this one's better than that. No, it's just alphabetical. So let's start with...
Why alphabetical? Why not just...
Because I don't want to feed the controversies on the internet.
There can't be controversies.
Yeah, it's controversy. They say, this guy is better than this guy. I don't want to do that. Okay. I'll just stick to alphabet. So let's start with letter A. Aubameyang of Gabon.
Aubameyang? Yeah. Gabon in the tournament?
Yeah, Gabon in the tournament.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
So I'll go Aubameyang. Okay. He's 36 or something, and he's still scoring. Champions League, still popping in goals in the Ligue 1 and in France. Still popping in goals. He's still Gabon's main talisman. Without Aubameyang, there's no Gabon. Mm-hmm. When Nigeria locked him up in the World Cup qualifiers, that was the end for Gabon basically because they couldn't find any outlet to score. So Aubameyang, though he's 35, he's still at the top of his game. So I'll start with him. I'm not saying it's the best remember, it's just alphabetical order. Number 2, Osimhen of Nigeria and Galatasaray. We all know about Victor Osimhen. It's a shame that he's not playing in a bigger league because his talents, I won't say he's as good as Haaland, but he's in that same bracket. Especially in this market where there's not enough good strikers. Osimhen should be in the top league. He bangs goals everywhere he goes. Throughout Nigeria's qualifying campaign. Every single game Osimhen did not play, Nigeria did not win.
Definitely.
Every single game. I think there was about we played about 5 or 6 games without him. We did not win a single one. One of the games we drew. He scored. Immediately they took him off. Those people equalized and we couldn't win again. The other 4 games that we played, and he scored, and we all won those games. And that's how we were able to qualify. The last game, we needed a hat-trick from him, and he stepped up and delivered that hat-trick. So I'm expecting him to carry that hot form into the AFCON as well. Even Congo at the World Cup qualifiers, he got substituted, like he pointed out earlier, and when he came off, he couldn't score again. So we have him on the pitch. Nigeria is basically 10 goals, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We need him a lot.
Yeah.
So finally, my third forward is Salah. I would have said Mbeumo from Cameroon, but I still go with Salah of Egypt because Egypt, they've got a team, but I still feel that they're a one man team. Without Salah, they're not really, Well, the problem with Salah is he's never delivered in AFCON because his kind of football is like kick and run football.
Yeah.
And Africa, like AFCON especially, you've got people that can match that pace and power. So Salah means people that are equal to him, and he looks lost, but I'll still put him there as one of the top forwards. To be fair, shout out to Nicholas Jackson as well of Senegal. He's not as good as any of those forwards, so obviously he's not going to be in that top 3 list. And Mbeumo, I mentioned him already, but what strikers do you have in top 3?
Easy one for me, to be fair. A forward, easy one. And I'm basing mine on what they've been doing in the past and how influential they are in their teams. However, one of them is not as influential as some other players in their team, but I still have to just put him in the bracket of the top 3 players because this guy is a fantastic talent, and I will come to that. So, starting with obviously Osimhen, top player, should be the general consensus. Everyone knows Osimhen is a big talent, and he's not just big. His contribution to the Super Eagles team is out of this world, man. We are basically toothless without him. So Osimhen, and he's revered worldwide, he's respected for what he does on the football pitch. However, people can talk about his attitude and all of those things, like we've heard them say in Europe about that's why big clubs are not coming for him, but it could be for some other reasons. I just think that's rumor. He's a classy player, he's a good lad. So Osimhen, definitely, that's a no-brainer for everyone. Top player. And then second, Salah. Mo Salah has been doing it for years. He's been struggling this season, but that's not going to take away what he's done in the past and what he does for Egypt. So I really believe he can be influential for Egypt in this tournament. And we just need to stay calm, keep fresh, and put up the smile like he does, and just play his game. And he's going to be really, 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 really instrumental for Egypt in keeping their underdog status. Hopefully, they don't cash out early in the tournament. They can get to the latter stages and for us to have a good quarterfinal. Yeah, so Salah being number 2, and the third one, obviously, I can't take him out. He has not been as influential as some other players for his team, but you can't take this guy out.
Who?
Ndiaye of Everton.
Ndiaye of Everton. Okay.
Yeah, you can't take this guy out. This guy is good. It's split between Ndiaye and Lookman, but Lookman has been out of form for a while now. But Lookman is the best African player in the world before Hakimi. So
I know.
So it's just what has happened in the last year that has made Lookman the kind of player that he is now. Confidence and lack of game time, form, controversial.
That's why I didn't put him in, because I felt like if he stepped up for the World Cup qualifiers, we would have easily beaten Congo and we would be in the World Cup.
Definitely. We had so many things that stopped us from getting there, but it has happened. It's just unfortunate. But Lookman would have been there. But Ndiaye, what he's been doing this season, he's going to do a lot for Senegal. Senegal can't wait to have him and just get him going for them this season, because he's a player that is really good, not just on the left side. He's good on the right side. His left foot is sharp, he shoots, he knows how to dribble. That's what you need from an African player. And he looks lanky, but he's strong, man. Ndiaye is a strong man, very strong. So you look at his stature and think this guy is not going to be really, really good in AFCON. Ndiaye can go past player. And another player I'd have called, but I don't think he can do anything in AFCON, is Ahmad of Man U. Ahmad might be good for Ivory Coast too as well.
I don't really see him doing anything.
You can't really tell. He's a strong lad. He looks small, but he's strong as well.
Are you just saying because your namesake, Ahmed?
No, it's not my namesake actually. I'm Ahmed. It's Ahmad. I think
he's just spelled differently though. But it's the same thing.
Man U. I can shit on Man U player now. I'm Chelsea fan, so obviously I can shit on Man U player. But he's a player that I've watched play. Then you can see that he's good. He's got the skill set, and then he's strong. He's small, but you could see he has that energy inside of him. He's agile, yeah. So, and he's a player that cannot just play in the attacking role. He's been given a fullback, wing back role, and you can see him still doing it well, putting in the performances. So he's a player that is very, very good. But there are so many other players that are ahead of him on the list, so that's why I did not include him. But obviously, playing for Manchester United in the Premier League should put you high up. Somebody that you should watch out for, when they are looking at the AFCON as a whole, is a player that you should watch out for. But the Ivory Coast team, I don't think the list, I don't really see much more that we can get from them as a team. But let's see how the manager is going to structure the team. They've got a black manager, so maybe they can spring some surprises, and that is why I put them as one of the top 4 favorites, because obviously they are the champions. So obviously,
so now let's go from that. Who's the favorite? Who's your favorite for the tournament?
My favorite for the tournament, like I've called out names and I've analyzed these players, and obviously Morocco. Morocco, they are the host nation. Everything is in their favor. The level of player that they've got right now is on another level, but that's just the best team right now that we should watch out for. That are my favorite easily for the tournament. Well, hopefully Nigeria does it. Hopefully for that. So who is yours?
My favorite. I think everyone is going with Morocco, but the AFCON is not really somewhere you go and say, oh, these people are playing well, this, that, blah.
Yeah.
Egypt won 3 AFCONs in a row.
Yeah.
And we're out there losing World Cup qualifiers to Ghana. They're losing 6-1.
Yeah.
So AFCON is not, I won't really say there's ever a straight, like, oh, this person is going to win an AFCON.
Yep.
I won't really say that. But Egypt, I don't want to say Egypt are my favorites, and I don't want to go with Morocco, because that's a bit cliche. Everyone say Morocco. So I'm going to go be a bit different and go with the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Super Eagles?
Yeah, it's a bit controversial, but I'll just go with them because I like to be on the surprise thing, because everyone's always Morocco. I
feel you.
But I don't really.
Okay.
I don't really just going to go out and say, oh, this person is going to win, because I might look foolish in some weeks.
Yeah.
I don't look foolish, so
okay. Yeah, those are our favorites. Good one. And lastly, who is going to be the surprise team in the tournament?
I'll go with South Africa again.
Surprise team, South Africa.
South Africa, yeah, I'll go South Africa. Okay. South Africa, my surprise team. Therefore, they'll want to keep an eye out for. I don't even want Nigeria to face them. Yeah. Not because I'm scared of them, but I don't just want to play them.
Yeah, okay. From my own perspective, I just don't want to go with you. I want to say something different. So the surprise team for me, they are part of the teams that I listed out in the underdogs, and I think they are going to be a surprise team for all of us, because obviously they are playing in an African soil, and it's something that they are used to. And this team have been doing well in the past. But in recent AFCON tournaments, they've been nowhere near. But there's a reason why they have qualified for the World Cup and they're in the AFCON. And there's a reason why they are there, and we cannot even pick out any player from the team. So Tunisia. That is the surprise that is going to spring up.
Tunisia, I'm guessing.
Tunisia.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Tunisia. They are going to be my surprise team for this tournament. So, yeah, I think that's it for our preview of AFCON.
Yeah.
And Sunday kickoff. When is the first game? What time is it?
I think it's 12:30. Newcastle versus Chelsea.
No, I mean for the AFCON.
For the AFCON. Sunday. I think it's 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Yeah, Morocco versus Comoros.
Morocco, Comoros. Oh, yeah, host nation. Yeah, so Comoros. Obviously, we can't wait for that game. So hopefully it's going to be a good game.
When's Nigeria's first game, though? I don't even know when Nigeria's first game.
I need to check that. I think we're playing Tanzania. It could be on Tuesday.
Bro, beat those, I don't know, Swahili people. We're playing for Tanzania, Uganda. We'll beat, and we're playing Tunisia as well.
Tunisia in
the final game, we're playing Tunisia as well. Yeah.
Seriously, I did not even know that.
It's the final. So if we can win our first two games, we're qualified. So it doesn't really matter if we finish first, second, or third.
Oh, Tunisia is in our group, man.
Yep. Tunisia is our final game.
Oh, I see, man.
I think it's just after Boxing Day. So, yeah, look forward to that game as well.
Mozambique too, I like a good shot, but they just missed out on my underdog, I think they've been doing well, man. Mozambique, yeah, they've been doing well. There's a reason why they are here, man.
Yeah, but Ghana, not the wait. That's true. We've not mentioned one special African team, Ghana.
Yes.
Where are you? Where are you? Shame. The shame of Africa.
Asamoah, Accra, and
Banku,
and the man, the
Banku man. Where are you, man? Where's Ghana? Where are you?
Nowhere to be found, but they can say the same for us when it's World Cup.
No, but remember, we're going to kick Congo out of the World Cup, so they should hold their breath. till then.
I don't want to put my hope on that.
I know. I have lawyers at FIFA that. We're going to the
Okay.
So Ghana, where are you? Yeah.
Good one, man. So I think that's it, guys, for our first chat about AFCON, and hopefully it's going to be an interesting tournament, and there will be learnings, there will be new players springing up, and we hope everyone enjoys it, and not just Africans, Europeans.
Yeah, we hope everyone enjoys it. Yeah. So after Premier League games in the afternoon, I think most AFCON games are at night on Channel 4. So if you're in the UK especially, you can catch it on Channel 4.
Yeah.
Please show some support.
Yeah, exactly. Good football coming your way, December till the mid of Jan. So let's enjoy football, man. So thanks for joining on this episode today, Timo Kasa. Nice having you around. So hopefully you can come onto the next previews that I'll be having.
I'll be more than happy to.
So yeah, guys, we leave it here for now, and thanks for listening. And like we always say, do subscribe, follow, and like. Yeah. Very, very important. You need to like,
Yeah.
So, and we share to people, other
share
people,
to your friends as well,
to watch as well. Yeah, just
you can listen to this in the gym.
Follow FDG,
Drive
FDG on TikTok, FDG on YouTube. Let's keep it going, guys. So, good one. Have a lovely day.
Yeah, have a lovely day. Cheers. It was a pleasure.